Simba, are you my little cherry blossom? Hi friends! So I am so excited because what I'm sharing with you today kind of hits really close to home and close to the heart. Shu Uemura came out with their new Color Atelier edition, and what this season's new adventures come with is a full line that's inspired by one of my favorite cities in the world, and that is Tokyo, Japan. I've personally only been to Tokyo, Japan once, but my boyfriend Dave goes back every single year, at least once a year. When he first brought me there and showed me around, I was skeptical before I went there. I was like, why do you love Tokyo so much? What's wrong with Canada? Just stay here. When I got there, I realized that there was so much to fall in love with. The city, the culture, the lights, the energy that comes out of that city is absolutely phenomenal. And you vibe off of it. It's infectious. You really want to, you know, embrace every single part of that culture, and I think that that's so incredible, and that's really what inspired Shu Uemura's new Color Atelier line. So if you've never heard of Color Atelier before, essentially what that is Shu Uemura's specific palette technology that was created by an incredible engineer, an architect in their team. And what it allows you to do is customize your palettes. You can open them up, you can take out the palette, you can choose which colors that you want in that palette, which I think is incredible. You can remove, add them as you please, and that's really what's so interesting about it. And it doesn't require any glue or adhesive, so it's really good for sustainability, and that's something that is really true to Japanese culture as well. You know, giving back to nature and appreciating nature and appreciating the little things that are around them. And that's why I personally feel really connected with this color line. I feel really connected with the fact that it was inspired by Tokyo, Japan. What I got here was 21 new shades from that Tokyo line, and you can see them here. And what I went ahead and did was I also received an octo palette and a 4 palette case, and I chose two sort of sets of colors that I felt really either represented my love for Tokyo or something that I would just use all the time. So my octo palette here, which I've actually decorated with a sticker they gave me, this one's of Omotesando, and it's like the Yorkville of Tokyo, but it's got this intricate staircase that you walk up of, and everywhere around you looks like a kaleidoscope. So that's where this picture is from, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need to put this on my palette because I love Omotesando. Anyhow, inside, I really wanted to represent the urban, chic life of Tokyo, and I also really wear these shades a lot. So I chose a very neutral selection for this palette here. From an inspiration perspective, these colors really represent, you know, Japanese culture and how it's deeply rooted in nature, in the soil, in the snow, in the trees, in the dirt, in the worms in the ground. There's a meaning for every little thing that they do and that they see and that they create, and I think that that is so incredibly inspirational. So the first time that I went to Tokyo also represented my first year of Dave and my relationship, and we've been together for 5 years now, and that first time was so amazing because we were learning so much about each other. It was the first time we had traveled together, and we actually got to Tokyo around the time of cherry blossom season, which, if you don't know, happens for a very short amount of time in Tokyo, and is gone just like that. And so my 4 palette selection here is inspired by the cherry blossoms in Tokyo, and particularly that time that I got to see them. We are going to walk through how I used these 4 shades here to create this look, and let's get to it. we're gonna start with this pink right over here and kind of blend it all over the eyes. You just want to make sure you get a good, nice pink base. We're gonna go in with the next darker color, and we're gonna start going into the creases and the last third. You'll see you're getting a really nice gradient. It's starting to look really, really poppy. And then you're gonna take this very last color right over here, and you're gonna take that and bring it right into the last bit and bring it all the way through the crease. And then we are going to take a smudger, and we're going to take the very last pretty white color there. So it blends everything together in a really pretty watercolor type way, which I love. And then what I like to do is take a little bit more and kind of go into the inner parts of my eye here, just because it makes your eyes look a lot brighter when you sort of bring in some of that really light shadow through. And it kind of reminds me of how these cherry blossoms sparkle in the sunlight when they're in bloom in Japan. Just bring a little bit more of that darker purple and just remind the crease who's the boss, and kind of just bring that back up after you have smudged it in a little bit. Do the gradient on the bottom side of the eye as well. So we're gonna start with the darker shade first and kind of pull that out and join your top part of your eye. This gives it a nice kind of swooping action here. And then we're gonna bring the next lighter color and take that and blend it in with that last darker color and pull it into about the center. So see a nice gradient forming here. And then you're going to take the very last pink color and bring it into the last third of your eye. And then you've got a really nice gradient underneath the eye here. Take that smudger back and get that white, and just make sure that you are covering that entire bottom part of your inner corner there. I love how it almost looks like your eye is blossoming from the center of your face out into a full dark and beautiful cherry blossom, which is really how the cherry blossoms look when they're in bloom. So it is just absolutely gorgeous, and that's why these shades are kind of inspired by it. I'm actually going to also take a white eyeliner here, and I'm going to just get into the inner corners of my eye, the bottom waterline here, and it opens up your eyes quite a bit. Because you know you gotta make your eyes pop a little bit more, you are gonna take some black eyeliner and you are just gonna bring it through, and then your very pink look is done. And because you want to leave the eyeshadow as really the focus of this beautiful pink look inspired by cherry blossoms, we're not actually going to use any falsies. We're just going to go ahead and curl up our lashes, which I don't have a lot of, but we're going to make it work. And then we're just going to take your favorite mascara, and we're just going to go in and go over these lashes here. For lips, we're just going to do a very simple lip. So we're going to start with a lip primer. I never used to think that lip primers were necessary, but then I realized that it actually makes your lipstick last a lot longer. So that was my Japanese Tokyo inspired look. I am feeling so great about color on my face right now. I typically hate color on my face, but I'm loving this pink. So I may just do this a little bit more often, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you liked the pink eye makeup tutorial look. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to comment below if you've ever been to Tokyo or Japan in general. If you love it, if you hate it, if you feel that this makeup look was helpful or not, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I post a video every single week. With that, I'll see you next week, friends. Bye!